Hi guys, my name is Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So today is another A Horror Around the World episode, this time South Korea. I've always had a huge fascination with South Korea and Korean film. They always put so much into their movies and you get a lot out of them. I just love the way they present their characters and the way their stories are paced. It really takes you on a journey and you'll see those themes repeated through this list. So first film I want to talk about is Phone, and this is from 2002. So this one is your typical mystery, ghost, curse kind of flick, but with a little twist. This one is really interesting and the way it plays out really makes it. So a woman changes her number and then immediately starts getting all these strange calls. She immediately hangs up the phone assuming they're prank calls and doesn't want to respond. Her friend's daughter gets hold of her phone and answers one of these calls, and what she heard on the other side sounds so horrific that it actually changes the personality of the little girl. The woman then goes on a quest to find out where these phone calls are coming from and whose phone number it used to be. The thing in this movie is the little girl is so disturbing and so creepy, and there's a reason behind it, which is great because normally when you see these disturbing kid movies, there isn't a huge reason behind it. You'll notice this in watching my top creepy kids video, same thing. But this movie, it really delves into it and it's really like a murder mystery. Definitely recommend it, obviously. The Host. I really wanted to put this as my number one, but it came in a really close second. This movie is amazing. It is such a journey. This is what I'm talking about movies that start somewhere and end somewhere completely different, or also a character developing and growing as a person. And this movie totally has that. It's just a masterpiece, really. So a monster emerges in Seoul from the Han River and takes the one thing that a man truly loves, which is his daughter. His family team up together and try and get her back. I love this film, and I know this is a more well-known film. Like, this was released in cinemas around Australia back in 2006. But if you haven't seen it, I don't know why I put it off for so long. I bawled my eyes out in this movie. Oh, I can't even talk about it, I get emotional. It's really good. I think I'll just throw this in here while I'm talking about The Host, Mother, which is directed by the same guy. And it is a kind of a thriller. It's not really a horror, but it is like a thriller, disturbing film. So I know a lot of you guys like really disturbing films. It is about a man who is framed with murder, and his mother knows that he didn't do it and didn't have the capability to do it. She goes out to solve the mystery of who actually killed this girl that he's been framed for. It is a really good movie. It's really touching and it's pretty messed up in a certain way, but it is like a mystery and you're just trying to figure out what's happening at the same time. It all comes together and has a really good payoff, but it's just a beautiful movie that I think you guys should check out if you like disturbing movies and thrillers. Definitely check that one out. So this one's really funny. This one is called White, The Melody of the Curse. It's not meant to be funny, but it's funny because I thought it would be silly. It's a movie about a K-pop group that released a song called White, and all of a sudden their members start dying off. And this is got to do with where the song White came from and that it was a remake and the curse of the song. I thought, oh my god, this is gonna be hilarious, like a K-pop group, slasher, whatever. No, it was scary. I was terrified. I mean, this is each to their own. Things scare me that might not scare you, but this has the paranormal curse kind of element. And I think it was because I was not expecting anything and I was watching this like by myself in my house. Terrified. And obviously I recommend it, but it's also something different for people who like paranormal and ghost stories. It's definitely along the lines of The Grudge and things like that. It has that curse element to it. So my highlight of South Korea is Thirst. Okay, so it took me a long time to watch this film, and I know this one is kind of more mainstream. Like, you guys would have heard of this movie, and I'm sure you've probably seen it, but it is definitely a must watch. It is amazing, and again, it's such a journey film. It also stars Kang Ho-sung, who is the lead in The Host. He's an amazing actor, and I'll watch anything with him in it. He's great. So in this movie, a priest volunteers for a medical experiment, and he's put through some severe symptoms, but in the end, he survives. And he comes out feeling a little bit strange, which could have to do with the fact that he is craving human blood and he is a vampire. From there it kind of twists again where he meets someone he used to know who he thinks is an angel but really is a devil, and it's got to do with the relationship between them two from there on. This one really is another one of those journey films. It's a vampire journey film that is totally unconventional, and it is a longer film, but it is totally worth the time. It's beautifully paced, it's beautifully shot, it has a great message, and it just takes you all different places. I love this film and you need to watch watch it. If you haven't seen this film, watch it now. So how many from this list have you guys seen? Please let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week for another Horror Around the World. Stay spooky. Bye. But on this occasion, I have got a request from Jesper in the comments, who is a fellow horror lover and wants to know what my expectations of It will be. Going a little further, he wants to know what I would do if I was to remake It, which I'll get to. But first, let's do a little breakdown of what we know so far.